Some betrayals don't come with warnings. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones holding the knife. This is the story of how I lost my wife and my best friend of 20 years, and how I got it all back without lifting a finger. Never thought I'd be that guy, the one whose life turns into a soap opera overnight. But here I am, telling the world how my wife of 7 years cheated on me with my best friend of 20. Her name is Claire. We met in our late 20s. She was smart, grounded, and had this way of making you feel like you mattered. I fell hard, and so did she, or so I thought. My best friend Darren was like a brother to me. We met in college. We were groomsmen in each other's weddings, co-signed each other's apartments, even took turns paying off each other's bad credit when we were broke in our 20s. That's how close we were. The truth hit me like a freight train. It started with little things. Claire acting distant, laughing too hard at Darren's jokes, texting late at night, and quickly flipping her phone over when I walked into the room. I didn't want to believe it at first. I told myself I was being paranoid, but the gut never lies. Last Friday, Claire told me she was going out with her coworkers for dinner. I didn't question it. I even offered to drop her off, but she declined, said she'd Uber. Something felt off, so I checked her location later that night. She was at a hotel on the other side of town. I waited. I didn't sleep. Around 1:30 a.m., she walked through the door like nothing happened. The next morning, I confronted her. Calmly, I just asked, "Where were you last night?" She lied, said they went bar hopping. So I showed her the location log on her phone. She froze. That's when I knew there was no talking my way out of this. I didn't even need her to say it. Later that same day, I called Darren. He didn't answer. I sent him a short message. "I know." He never replied. That night, I stared at the ceiling for hours, letting the rage simmer. I wasn't going to scream or beg or get drunk. I was going to make a plan. I wasn't going to burn everything down. I was going to build something better, and they were going to watch it happen. The next morning, I entered revenge mode. I didn't explode. I didn't throw things. I didn't even argue. That's what confused Claire the most. She expected a fight, maybe tears, but instead I made her breakfast, scrambled eggs. Just like I used to, I acted like nothing happened. Why? Because anger is loud, but revenge is quiet. I needed time to gather, to think, to set things in motion, so I pretended, for a full week. During that time, I began cleaning house, not emotionally, but legally and financially. Claire and I had a joint account. I moved most of my income into a new private account she didn't know about. I also backed up every document tied to our assets: house deeds, insurance policies, investment portfolios. What she didn't know was that a friend of mine, Nick, was a divorce attorney. Not just any attorney, a shark. I gave him a call, told him everything. He told me to start documenting everything, especially her behavior. So I did. She was still sneaking out some nights, telling me she was with friends. Meanwhile, Darren had all but disappeared. He ghosted our group chat, blocked me on socials, and basically vanished from existence. Guilty behavior. But that worked in my favor. On Thursday night, I took a long walk to clear my head. That's when it hit me. Revenge wasn't just about getting even. It was about taking control of my life again. They didn't just betray me, they underestimated me. That would be their biggest mistake. The hardest part about betrayal isn't the cheating, it's the erosion of everything you thought was real. The memories, the trust, the plans you made together. That kind of damage doesn't heal, it changes you. But I wasn't going to let it break me. For the next 2 weeks, I lived in silence and strategy. Every "I love you" from Claire made my skin crawl, but I responded with a smile. Every "How was your day" from her, I answered like I cared. I played the role of the oblivious husband to perfection. I needed her to stay calm. I needed her to feel safe, because people let their guard down when they think they've won. Meanwhile, I turned my focus to Darren. You see, Darren and I didn't just share a history, we shared business. Years ago, I brought him in as a silent partner in one of my consulting firms. He had no real responsibilities, just a cut of the profits and a vote on major decisions. It was my way of helping him stay afloat after his second divorce. He was always bad with money, and thanks to that, he left behind a digital trail of stupid decisions. I pulled bank records. I reviewed email chains. I contacted old clients. Turns out Darren had been making some shady backdoor deals under my company's name. Nothing criminal, but enough to embarrass him, even ruin his credibility. All I needed was the right moment to use it. Then there was Claire. I started collecting text logs, location history, and even set up a voice recorder in my car. You'd be amazed at what people say on speakerphone when they think no one's listening. I didn't need a full confession. I needed a pattern. Something undeniable. Something legal. And I got it. I recorded her telling one of her friends that she and Darren had been talking for a year and that she was waiting for the right time to leave me. Her friend even asked, "You think he suspects anything?" Claire laughed and said, "He's clueless. He still makes me breakfast." I listened to that clip 5 times. Not out of hurt, just focus. The timing was almost perfect. Our anniversary was 2 weeks away. I decided that would be the day I burned it all down, but legally and with precision. In the meantime, I played the game. I bought her flowers, took her to dinner, even posted a throwback picture of us with a sweet caption. Everyone in our circle commented, "Couple goals, and you two are made for each other." If only they knew. Our 7th wedding anniversary arrived on a warm Saturday in late spring. The air smelled like lilacs and new beginnings, fitting, considering everything I had planned. Claire woke up to roses on the nightstand. I made her breakfast again. French toast, her favorite. She kissed me on the cheek like nothing had happened, like she hadn't been sneaking out 2 nights ago to see Darren. She said, "You've been so amazing lately, babe. I feel like we're finally back on track." I smiled, told her I felt the same. Every lie she told made my smile feel more real. We had dinner reservations at a high-end restaurant downtown, the kind with candlelight, string quartets, and couples who whisper across tables like they're still in the honeymoon phase. Claire got dressed up, wore the black dress I bought her 3 years ago on our trip to Montreal. She looked stunning, and for a brief second, as I tied my tie and looked over at her, part of me almost forgot what she had done. But then I remembered that recording. "He still makes me breakfast." That was all I needed to keep the fire lit inside me. At dinner, I gave her a gift box. Small, velvet, and misleading. She smiled and asked, "You got me jewelry?" I shook my head. "Open it." Inside was a flash drive. She looked confused. "What is this?" "Play it when you get home," I said. "It's a little personal." She laughed at thinking it was something romantic, erotic even. I kept eating. After dinner, I told her I had to stop by the office real quick and that I'd meet her at home. She kissed me and told me not to take long. I told her I wouldn't. That night, I didn't go to the office. I went to a hotel. That flash drive contained everything. Screenshots, recordings, timestamp photos, voice messages. It was all compiled into a single well-edited video with captions, music, and a polite introduction. "Happy anniversary, Claire. I thought you deserved a story. This one's about betrayal." The moment she would press play, her entire world would begin to unravel. But that was just step 1. Step 2 was the letter I had left on the dining table. A printed document delivered in an envelope with my name neatly written in ink. It was the divorce filing, served officially and delivered directly. No arguments, no second chances. And the final blow? I had also emailed that same video to Darren's employer, who happens to be a mutual contact in our business circle. You see, they were working on a promotion for him, regional director. My email made sure that didn't happen. I never lied or embellished. I just told the truth, backed by proof, and I let the truth do the work. That night, I checked into a quiet room on the 12th floor of a boutique hotel overlooking the city. I opened a bottle of scotch, sat on the balcony, and watched the skyline shimmer. My phone was buzzing like a wasp's nest. Claire, her sister, her best friend, even Darren finally unblocked me to send a single text. "You didn't have to do this." I didn't respond. Because he was wrong. I absolutely had to do this. They didn't just cheat on me. They dismantled a life we had built over decades. Piece by piece, quietly. Like termites in a house you thought was solid. My revenge wasn't about rage. It was about closure, exposure. making sure they knew that I saw them for who they really were, and I wasn't going to pretend anymore. I didn't lose my wife and best friend that night. I realized I never really had them.